3 months, I know he tried to hit me up, but it's like I wasn't ready, to really get into getting back in contact with him because like to be honest, if I'm gonna be real with you guys, it's like, and not to put him on the spot, but it's like I feel like the only way we'll talk is either talking about food or either I bought food and he's gonna make some food to eat to cook and he'll prepare it, I'll just buy it or something to eat, or if he asks me for something like where's money or things of that sort. And after a couple of times it's cool, but when it comes to a certain extent and you realize you keep blowing money and you're not really getting anything back in return, it's like, and I don't mean it the selfish way. I really mean it's because even at the time I thought I was really trying to better myself. It's like all the money I'll give back, I could have been using that to put in and developing myself, invest back in myself. Because my mindset was like, if I don't ask you for nothing, don't ask me for nothing. Even though yeah, he raised me, he did a lot of things for me growing up as a child. But it's like my goal is to make sure I changed my family tree to make sure that the way I was growing up, my kids will have better opportunities and more things. And I don't say that as an ungrateful way. I say that because I'm grateful, and I feel like the only reason I have this mind state that I do now is because the way I was brought up. I'm kind of grateful that I didn't have as much as the other kids I went to school with. I'm kind of grateful that, I understand what struggle is and money being tight and living paycheck to paycheck. I'm kind of grateful that I experienced that because it put a hunger in me, and it also just showcased to me what life can be like, and also I also experienced another lifestyle through other people, being around mentors and just reading and listening to successful people. So it's like I didn't live the best world yet, but it's like I kind of got the best of both worlds, and I seen which world is better. But I feel like me growing up, me growing up, but not having everything that I needed, everything that I wanted, it kind of put a desire in me to do better, and it allowed me not to just be lazy and sit on my butt all day, or just feel like I'm entitled to anything. So let me just get that out the way first. But yeah, and it'll just get to a point where it's like I feel like what I'm doing right now is to help not only help me, not only help my goals and dreams of inspiring people, but also to help my family. I want my family to eat too. Like I want to move you out to back to your home country with a nice estate, and you just live for free. I want to make sure you don't have to work so you like till you're dead. Make sure everything that you got, you're taking care of. Buy your dream car. Like in my mindset, it's like I'm doing all this for you, even though they may not understand it. But that's my thing. It's like I'm doing all this for you, and even though I would, like I said, get unfocused or F up and mess up from time to time, be on a roller coaster, I just have to work on my habits and self-image and believe in myself and see myself as that person. But everything I'm doing is for you. First of all, family first. I understand the type of lifestyle we have. I understand that who you guys are as a person. I understand that you may not have the education or have seen or experienced, understand like what personal developing yourself can do, and seeing the other side of the world. I understand the only part of the world you've seen is poverty, or I won't say poverty, but not. It's like a little bit like I guess low middle class. You haven't seen what the good things could bring. You haven't seen abundance. But I want to change that. My family and my whole family tree. I want to be the one that starts everything, so the next person that comes after me can do the same thing and continue the legacy. But I don't want to, and that's my whole goal. But anyways, like I'm saying is, sometimes it gets to a point where it's like, yo, I can't keep giving you stuff. I can't keep. The only time you talk to me or we talk about anything is when you're asking for something, and it kind of gets annoying. It's kind of like we had that friend who keeps asking without you asking for anything at all, but keeps asking you for, hey, can I get a piece of that pizza? Let me get $1, or let me get some of your chips, or let me borrow your shoes. Or like it's kind of like a maggot, in your ear, a mosquito just keeps annoying you. But as well, I also seen that some of the traits that he had, it came to a point in time where I realized like there's nothing he could really teach me. Maybe if I had kids in the future, maybe he can teach me how to raise kids. But besides that, there's nothing like he could really teach me. Like not with money, not with education wise, not with like developing yourself. There's nothing that I could really learn from him at the moment. So when I talk, it'd just be like empty conversations. It's nothing that we can really talk about unless we're talking about like past events when I was growing up. So that's pretty much it. But today I got on the phone with him, the most awkward phone call again, and you can feel like the tension, you can feel like the emptiness in the conversation where we're calling. It's been a while, but it's like he's calling me, but I know he wants to say something. I know he wants to bring something up and ask me for something, but like he's kind of like just really trying to slow it down, or I guess work his way back in the relationship, because I know he understands why what I'm doing. You know, part why I wasn't talking to him, or he just doesn't want like to feel make the relationship even worse. You know, so it's like a 5-minute call, and it was just like a bunch of awkward spaces, pauses in between certain the conversation. But yeah, so I'm just really trying to figure out, really focus on how I can be better, you know, and develop myself. And it's crazy because it's not like I'm really mad or upset or frustrated. It's like, do love the guy. Like, at the end of the day, I still got goals. I still want to surprise him with his dream car, his dream house. Like, everything I want to do, I still want to help him out and bless him. But it's like, I've come to the point where I'm understanding who he is, you know. And sometimes, it's not being upset or being frustrated. I guess sometimes when we're young, we just gotta understand that our parents, they're people at the end of the day. Yeah, the parents, they did their best, but they still are only people, and nobody's perfect. So everything that I felt like I was frustrated or angry at him at one point, I kind of accepted it and forgave him. But I also understand and put in perspective, like, okay, well, if he can't really help himself, and it goes for everybody in my family, you know. Well, I'm not saying everybody in my family, but not just him, but other people as well. It's like, they can't help themselves, I want to help myself first, and then help them, because I can't save somebody from drowning if I can't swim, you know. That's my statement. If you're drowning, don't expect me to jump in there with you to save you. If I can't swim, then we'll both drown. So my thing is try to find a way out and just bring. Yeah, man. So that's what I've just been dealing with right now. But also, it's like, sometimes when you're being free on your own, and you're on your own, and you don't really have anybody that's calling you, or have anybody that's really expecting anything from you, it's kind of easy to fall off, you know. But hearing him and hearing how his life is going right now, it still kind of pulled a strong on my heart. It's like, it kind of realize like what I'm really doing for, like why I'm really grinding, why I'm really trying to grind, why really I'm trying to put these steps into place, you know, to refocus. And like I said, it's gonna be an awkward conversation, but just having that little conversation kind of like put like, I wouldn't say it fired me, but like put like an extra joke that I may need to say if one day I'm like acting up or I'm not focused, I can think about that conversation and realize like, okay, I gotta get back on track. So just really building up certain things in your brain, or certain things that you want to get done in your life, certain pain points in your life, and you just have a bunch of them. So one may not work at all times, but you just have a bunch of them that you can pull out the bag to make you realize I gotta focus. And like I said, that's how I know, man. There's no nothing hard, no tough. I'm sorry, guys. It's off the top. I'm losing the word, but it's nothing. But it's like there's no animosity between us. It's just like it's all up at the end of the day. But it's like kind of like it's kind of like when you're leaving a best friend that you've been friends with your whole life, but you understand like he may not be the best person for you, and it's like in the beginning it's going to hurt you, it's going to sting. But this is a little bit more intense because it's your pops, it's your blood, you know. So it's kind of like that type of feeling, and it's like it is what it is. But at the same time, it's like next time I decide to go on like a YouTube binge or watch stuff that's not going to help me out, or just relax for too long, or decide to take a day off from the gym or whatever it is, I can remember on that conversation. And I thank my parents for the motivation and for the desire to be great, the desire to evolve, and the desire to be the best evolution, to be the best version of myself, and inspire people to do the same, because you guys may be going through the same thing. So if it is a long video, I might just upload half and half and put the other part, because I don't think you guys are going to watch a 20-minute video. Maybe not, we'll see. But so this is Jace, Johnny at the Complete Evolution. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, we are who we are, just evolve. And just put in the comments like, what should I do? Help me out. Try to see how I could probably help build a relationship, how I can like be more present, I guess, in a relationship without trying to really fall back or get frustrated, you know. Because at the time right now, it's like, okay, I'm kind of have empathy, but before it was just like, yo, I was annoyed, I'm frustration. And I know if I go back with them, after a month later, that empathy is going to go away. It's going to be filled with frustration, because it's like same thing's going to happen over and over again, you know. So yeah, so hit me up, give me some tips or in the comment section what you guys do, or if you guys feeling the same way, like, I don't know, share. I just said share. But I'm out. Have a good one. See you again tomorrow.